not a lawyer, but y'all heard about the situation that happened at a Texas track meet last week? The overview is that after some sort of altercation, this 17-year-old student, whose name is Austin Metcalf, lost his life after being fatally stabbed at a track meet by this 17-year-old high school student, whose name is Karmelo Anthony. Now, there are a lot of reports about what happened, but I just read through the arrest affidavit, so let's go through some of the police officers' reports to walk through what they say happened.
By the way, Mr. Karmelo Anthony, who is now in custody, from what I understand, he is a 4.0 student, was on his way to college. So this is not no hood pookie dude, okay?
So it was Wednesday, April 2nd, and a call went out over dispatch about an incident at the school stadium. One of the school's resource officers, Officer Cortez, goes to the area, and when he gets there, a man points out Karmelo Anthony as the suspect. Officer Cortez walks over to where Karmelo Anthony was, but there's a chain link fence between the two of them. Officer Cortez tells Karmelo to put his hands in the air, and at this point, according to the report, without being asked any questions, Karmelo says, quote, "I was protecting myself." Karmelo and the officer then walk along the fence until they get to an opening, and when they do, the report says that Karmelo says, quote, "He put his hands on me." The officer then pats down Karmelo looking for any weapons, and after not finding any, Officer Cortez says over his radio that he has the alleged suspect. And at this point, according to the report, Karmelo says, quote, "I'm not alleged, I did it."
So Mr. Austin Metcalf has a twin brother, and they were at a track meet in Frisco. Frisco, I believe, is like a very nice suburb of Dallas, Texas, something like that. And so he's at, the guys told him, "Hey, this is my seat, you should move." And he's saying, "I shouldn't move." And so the white guy touches him, and I guess he says something like, "If you do it again, see what will happen." And then they try to physically remove him, and then he has a knife and he stabs him, okay? As you know, the young man, Austin Metcalf, dies. Now, what happens next is even remarkable. We all know what happened with Kyle Rittenhouse. He was arrested. I believe he shot like 2 or 3 people. He got booked. He then raised a lot of money. Now, in this case, with Karmelo Anthony, they went to a platform in which the money could not be taken away, and he's raised close to $300,000. Now, he's been in jail this entire week. It happened last week. And so a lot of white people are upset that this young man has raised this amount of money as an African American.
Not a coincidence that I have seen every single issue, every single opinion on this that defends Karmelo Anthony are black people. Why is there this need to defend a killer? And I'll say because of race. It is not a coincidence that everybody that has said self-defense, we're being too hard on him. These people are black. That's not a coincidence. Why is there a need to defend this behavior? And it happens with all these cases. It happened with the incident on the subway with Daniel Penny. It happens that there is this need to defend criminals. And I'll say it again. There is no scenario where stabbing somebody is the answer. It's cowardly. It's taking somebody's life. You've become a murderer at age 17 and your life is over as well.
Now, how could this come about? Now, I've seen a very similar situation in which a young black guy that was at an Auburn University tailgate party was asked to move in the same way. He was a black person hanging around all white people, but he played it off pretty good. But I can see how a situation like this could get out of hand.
Hey, you're a very personable guy. I can tell, just talking to you right now, you're a good dude.
Thank you, bro.
And you're no matter what you do, even if God forbid this doesn't work out, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be a good dude.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
That means a lot.
Alright, so let's say we are gonna watch one of your videos tonight. What would it be? Give me one.
What you say, bro?
Yeah. What's your favorite one?
Right, maybe. A little more to the right. See the TV at least.
Nah.
Yeah, this is our tailgate, so we'll go on the right.
Oh shit. Hey, bro, you don't gotta talk to him like that, bro. He didn't.
I'm just saying. Hey, could you just move, bro, please?
No, hey, bro, it's okay. Just move.
He doesn't mean like
it's okay, move, but
I don't mean to be a
but I know, but you have to talk to him like that. No, I'm saying this is my guy though, bro. Like, no, bro. No, bro. You cursed at him and stuff, bro. All you had to say was, "Hey, bro, can you please move?" It's just respect, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, no. He don't mean it like that.
Is he drunk?
I don't know, but maybe.
I just don't like disrespect, bro. He can talk to me like that. Don't talk to him like that. He's just doing his job.
Hey, we're good. No, hey.
Let's just respect each other, bro. For sure.
I'm not trying to be
No, yeah. You cussed at him, bro.
Bro, the TV is my tailgate. I can
But you didn't have to cuss at him, though, bro. He's not a child, bro.
Whoa, what's the problem?
He just,
Hey, back up. What's the problem?
no, he just cussed him out, bro. And I was like,
He said y'all get up. He asked you to get up. Hey, what's the problem?
Is he drunk? Because if he's drunk, then it's okay. I'm
What's the
not.
problem?
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
No, nobody was arguing with him or nothing. He just cursed at him like he was a child. And I was like, hey, bro, you don't
Okay, it's
disrespect
over, buddy.
everybody, you know?
Thank
No,
you.
I'm just explaining to you what
over.
happened.
Okay. I
For sure.
appreciate it.
For
Good.
sure.
Have a good day.
For sure.
Don't walk up to him.
I'm not walking towards him. I'm walking that way.
Young black boy would have killed another black boy at a track meet, we wouldn't hear about it. There would be no GoFundMe. There would be no, oh, we need to stand with him. It's because he killed a white kid. And it's a race war underneath the surface of our country, mostly projected by black people against white folks. So when a black kid do something wrong, black people rally around the kid that did something wrong because they don't want the white boy to be right. They don't want white people to be right. They don't want white people to be on television saying that this black kid is a thug. They don't care that the black kid, I think that some of them do care, but I think that they're avoiding the point that the black kid actually took the life of somebody unnecessarily. Let me give you a couple factors here, which will bolster the legal argument that I have. I do believe that Karmelo Anthony will be found guilty if he goes to court. I think he's going to do a plea deal because he knows he's dead to rights. His attorneys know he's dead to rights. According to Texas State Penal Code, he will go to jail and be sentenced probably more harshly than he would if he do a plea deal. I think he's going to do a plea deal, and I think in the plea deal, they're going to give him manslaughter charges, and he's only going to do 5 or 8 years in prison, which is a travesty. If he goes to trial, this is how he loses. Unequivocally. In the state of Texas, they charged him with first-degree murder. First-degree murder is when you murder somebody intentionally or knowingly causing the death of another person. That's subsection 1. Subsection 2 is intending to cause serious bodily injury and commit an act clearly dangerous to human life that results in somebody's death. They got him on the first statute because he knowingly and intentionally decided to poke the boy in the heart with a knife. The second statutory claim here, which they can get him on as well, is intending to cause serious bodily injury. If you didn't intend to kill the guy, but you should know that stabbing somebody in the heart could cause serious damage, serious bodily injury to that person, and is clearly negligent and is dangerous to human life. They got him again. Here's another one. Commit or attempt to commit a felony other than manslaughter during which they perform an act clearly dangerous to human life that causes death. Let me add to how that's a problem, because carrying a weapon on a school campus is a felony offense. No, it's a misdemeanor offense.
Okay, so this is Brandon Tatum, Officer Brandon Tatum. He's a former police officer. He's from Dallas-Fort Worth area. He now lives, I believe, in Tucson. So I think there are some really strong points here. In my opinion, I'm for the Karmelo Anthony guy. From what I know, I think the issue is that, okay, you had a knife at school, and the knife shouldn't have been at school. I think that's probably what the real issue is. Let's say, for example, if he would have hit the guy and then the guy dies, or he hits him with the book bag and the guy dies, something like that would have been a little easier to handle. But for the fact that premeditated, that he had that, is the issue, and that's why he's saying he takes the plea deal and they get 5 to 8 years. So that's the only issue that I see they might have with him. Let's continue.
Let's go down to the law, because I want y'all to see this very clearly. If you go down to Texas law, it says that it's a knife blade exception, right? If it's 55 inches or shorter, generally speaking, it could be used or be in a public place. However, there is restrictions as to where this can be presented. It says right here, let me go up a little bit. I'll go down here. It says violating these restrictions can lead to criminal charges with penalties varying based on specific circumstances and locations. For instance, carrying a local restricted knife is prohibited in areas generally considered a Class C misdemeanor. And these areas are obviously in sporting events, right? It says carrying a knife regardless of blade length. Here's the caveat here.
So this is important. Sporting events, according to what he's saying, I mean, obviously he's not an attorney, but the double fact check, you should not have this at sporting events, right? So that's the issue that he's saying that the problem is here.
I've spoken to some criminal defense attorneys. I've also read statements from some other attorneys on whether this self-defense claim is actually going to uphold in court. And here's what they're saying, that Metcalf was unarmed. That is not good for Anthony. Also saying that Anthony's prior verbal threat that said in the affidavit, saying, touch me and see what happens, that this isn't going to be good because it could be interpreted as provocation. That specifically under Texas law, it reads this: a person who provokes an incident may lose the right to claim self-defense. Criminal defense attorneys also say you can't escalate deadly force just because someone touches you. However, the defense may argue this, that Anthony panicked. He was under a perceived threat, especially if multiple individuals were involved. So his defense attorney may in fact try to argue and prove and must prove that there were multiple aggressors in this case. Here's my take. Anthony faces up to life in prison. If he goes to trial, that could mean a harsher sentence if he doesn't win. I believe that more evidence is going to come out, and I think he is going to take a plea deal that would reduce it down likely to a manslaughter charge, and he will go to jail for 10 to most likely 15 years.
The aggressor in this case were the two white guys because they were trying to touch him or get physical with him, as we saw in the other clip, right? This is the case. Let me wrap this up. I'm going to be very controversial here. Black men out there, we know what we are up against. Hear me and hear what I say good. As a man that is 43, going on 44. If I was 18 or 19, I might think of it a little bit differently. But the young man that was at the Auburn University game, he was talked to rudely. He just left. Okay? Whether it's self-defense or not, you're already seeing how they are treating this young man. They are trying to put his bail at $1 million. The young man has a 4.0 GPA. The other people who have done similar crimes against blacks, $200,000 bond. I'm telling black men right now, if it's easy for you to just move, swallow your pride and just move. Swallow your pride and just move. Okay? Because they're going to try to paint it as if you were a villain. I don't care how much they say that America is not racist. Just move. It's easier for you. It's easier for everybody involved. Because right there, what they're going to try to do, even if he were to get off with this, he will never be the same. He's not going to be the same in white society because he killed a white man. Probably a rich white kid, a twin. He's going to be tarnished for the rest of his life. I'm praying for the young man, but I'm here to tell you, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Let him have their seat. All right? Let him have it. Sometimes you got to just let certain things go. All right? Sometimes, just like that first kid, let it go. It's on tape, but he lives for another day. Those people are being stupid. You live for your life and you continue to go forward. Right? Because it's so hard to win this, especially how they want to demonize you as a black man. But I do, and I am very happy. I don't know what this GoFundMe support is. I'll try to link it there. You can go and support them. Peace out.